I put my Care Bear up and it's fucking back to front, isn't it? Hang on, will that do it? There we go. I've changed my Christmas mouse with a Good Luck Care Bear. So he'll have to go in now, and like one little Halloween decoration, he's not with the rest of the decorations. Did we tell? No, I don't think I've spoken to you in a couple of days. So on Christmas evening, when we got back from my dad's to the house, I can't remember the, oh yeah, we were watching TV and this high-pitched noise was happening. We're like, what the hell's going on? It was our car alarm. And now I've never, oh look, the religious people around, that was good timing.
Oh great, that means there's some fucking dogs off.
The Jehovah's Witnesses, what, you know, religious people coming round with pamphlets, which, as Darren says, is going to set the dogs off barking.
Hotspot is off.
We should have actually said, look, don't go to that house because the dogs will go.
I'll go back if you want.
If you want to, I'll turn around.
Yeah, go on then, because they'll go absolutely ballistic. Covers will be off chair.
Maybe they'll already be at our house.
Well, there's 3 of them, so chances are, yes, they'll be all doing a house each.
They're in a house each, then they should.
Watchtower or something they're giving out. I don't know.
No idea. Is that not a Presbyterian thing? This is us going back to the house to tell religious people not to cut right. She's right outside our gate. She's in the house. I'll just have to turn at the top. They're just putting something through the letterbox, I think.
Yeah, I was nipping it, make sure they've demolished everything.
Yeah, so the alarm started going off on Christmas night, and it was a car alarm. Long story short, the car just completely shut down, couldn't get, the doors weren't even open, completely dead. It's like, what the hell is going on? Christmas night, I mean, you couldn't really get any worse a time for something to happen. So he filled out a form thing for the RAC, which we're a member of, and he put on it, this was like 11 o'clock at night or something, and he put on it, don't worry about contacting tonight, to call in the morning. Well, that's, what was it, 2 o'clock?
Yeah, about 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock they phoned in the morning, and basically just to say nothing. They hadn't read any of the notes, they just knew there was a call out.
I said I put in the notes there's no need to ring tonight. Oh, what, did you fill that one? I said I filled it out online. This is how you're aware of it. I said I haven't wrong, I filled it out online. Oh, I haven't read that.
You think they would read the information. So anyway, a woman came out the next morning and she said, now, do you remember what, I don't know if I said that the car was, Darren took it up to the garage after that woman pranged it because one of the sensors was off on the screen, and we thought she'd knocked a sensor. He took it up to the garage, they says, oh no, it's fine, there's nothing wrong with it. They said it might need a good clean, it might be one of the, so Darren had taken it and washed it and stuff. And they said it's nothing urgent. They booked us in for the 13th of January.
When I rang back after I'd cleaned it, I said it's still doing it, it's now clean. Oh, it's not urgent.
13th of January. And the woman that came out from the RAC said, no, it's a really easy fix. It's a faulty 12-volt battery. It's a very common problem with Skodas and Volkswagens. Happens all the time, usually goes within the first year. You've been really unlucky for it to happen this quickly, but it's a very common problem. Now, the garage will have known that, and the woman from the RAC said they just didn't want to pay to replace the battery. That's what that's been.
It's the battery that controls all the electronics.
Basically, this is an electric car, so everything is controlled by that. And she said, you probably noticed little things going wrong. And we're like, yeah. So she fixed it, no problem, but it's a bit shit. And we have had such good service from that dealership, such good service. So given the fact that Skodas have now been discontinued from them, but I still wouldn't go to that place. Absolutely no way. The one that sold my parents, that
guy still there, saw him the day we drove past.
I wouldn't know what they look like. My memory, I don't remember faces. So just saying to my dad, it's Sunday. We're in that in-between period of Christmas and New Year where you never know what day it is and what's happening. Isaac went with his mate last night to see Anaconda. He said it was good. It's one of those I want to see, but not desperate enough to go to the cinema to see. So I'll see it at some point.
I wonder if there's a girl called Annabelle Condon.
Probably.
Like Jack Russell. Or Emma Royd.
So at the minute I'm trying to watch as many of the Oscar baited films as possible. There's a group, I don't know if I mentioned, there's a group called the Cinema Squad that do a thing called Rubber Duckies every year, and what it's meant to be is like the award ceremony for film lovers, stuff that the Oscars don't tend to always pick, and they basically put up all these nominations and people vote in all these different categories for their winners. And because there's only 5 of them, they wanted to make it a bit wider this year, so they've invited 4 people to, you know, put forward their nominations before they go out to everyone, and I'm one of the ones that they've asked to do it. I'm the only person not from America doing it, and it's a bit difficult for me because they get films months in advance of us. Then again, there's a film called I Swear, the one about the Tourette's, which is fabulous. It's pretty much #1 in all categories for me, acting, for everything. But they haven't got it yet. They don't get that to the start of January, so I don't know whether or not that's gonna, you know, come under their categories. And I'm the only person from the UK, so I'm the only person that would be voting for it. Because basically we have to come up with our top 5 from all categories, top 10 from favourite movies, and they give so many points to each position. Like say position 1 gets 10 points, 2 gets 8 points, something like that. And then they add the points up at the end, and that's how they choose the nominations for us to put out to everyone else. So I watched Sean from Lost in the Real, his channel's called. He's like a good movie reviewer, like a professional movie reviewer, so he gets loads of screeners for like big movies. So I've seen Hamnet last night, which is a story about Shakespeare, which is Jessie Buckley stars in it, and she's up for loads of like best actress nominations. There's one called Marty Supreme with, what's that guy called, Isaac, that you came in last night and said, is that the film I was watching? Timothy Chalamet. He's in Marty Supreme. It was actually very good. I've got a few others to watch that aren't even out in the cinema yet. No Other Choice, which is a Korean one. So he's strictly speaking, he is not allowed to pass these on to anyone else, but because I'm doing this, he sent me the screeners. So it's lots of films that people over here won't get to see, some of them to the end of January. So that's what I'm doing at the minute, and I have to watch a few series, which is difficult because all of the ones that'll be up are all American, and the only ones I've watched is Stranger Things, that Dahmer one, which I didn't think was very good, to be honest. It will be up. I wouldn't nominate that personally, but there's one called The Pit, which is something like Grey's Anatomy, but supposed to be better, which I've started watching. I need to watch season 2 of Severance, which I do really like that, but you need to properly switch your head on to watch that and concentrate. So I'm basically watching whatever I can at the minute. Say Yes to the Dress has been put on Netflix, which I love. I like to watch that. I'm just obsessed with wedding dresses and everything wedding, so I like to watch that. There's a new season of Love is Blind coming out in January, I think. Which
I've seen it.
What?
You've not seen it?
No, that's not even funny.
It's not bad.
But yeah, that's all that's been happening. There's no plans. Well, I'm taking care of Sophie to soft play on Wednesday. I'm going to say to my dad I'll come in on Thursday instead of Tuesday because I want a couple of days to just rest. I got up this morning and the thought of having to go out is like, I'm just so sore and tired at the minute. I just don't want to do anything. I said to Darren last night, I wish I could do like what bears do and hibernate for this time of the year when it's, you know, when I feel like this. I can't think of anything else of any interest to tell you. I he's off the whole week coming up, and then he's back Tuesday of the following week to school. So the Chinese buffet that we usually went to in Belfast, which for reasons, well, they were having a refurbishment, but to choose December for a refurbishment with the amount of shoppers that's in that shopping centre, what speed's he doing? I'm doing 61. He must be doing 80 at least on a little single lane country. See the amount of deaths at the minute in Northern Ireland from car accidents and house fires, it's shocking. What was I saying? Yeah, so basically the Chinese buffet opened, is this the 28th? On the 28th of December it reopened. Whatever a soft opening means, I have no idea what that means. Does that mean without alcohol or something? Don't know. So it would be quite nice to maybe get up there someday before Isaac's back to school and see what's changed, if it's any better. But yeah, I haven't recorded for the past few days because it's been me sat in my arse watching TV. This is me sat in my arse driving. It's not much better, but yeah. Anything either of you have got of any interest coming up or that's happened that I've forgotten?
Saw that fox again last night.
Oh yeah, Darren took a bit of footage. A couple of weeks ago, nearly hit a fox. It ran out in front of the car. I actually thought I'd hit it.
Yes, Jesus.
Because it came right out, and then I couldn't see it. Darren says, "No, you didn't hit it," and it's like, oh god, I love foxes, like almost as much as I love dogs. I just love foxes. We had a fox used to come and visit us when we lived in Nottingham. We called him Mr. Stinky because he stunk, and he loved Madeira cake. But he used to come and take it out of our hand and everything. He was lovely. But Darren caught exactly the same part of road. He ran out in front of. He must have a suicide wish or something.
It looks further away on dash cam than what it actually was.
So Darren caught him on dash cam last night. I need to get around to editing a couple of weeks worth. The last ones were so long, I do apologise. But what can you, when you take like little bits of footage here and there, it's really easy for it all to add up. I hope you've all had a lovely Christmas and got lots of nice presents, and your kids behaved themselves. I watched a video before I came out about ungrateful kids at Christmas with the presents, and kids that like the opposite. So there's like kids opening a thing like a banana and an avocado, and they're like, oh, a banana, and they're really excited about these pieces of fruit. And then there was a little girl that had all these presents, but the only thing she wanted was a button collection. So her mum had bought her like a little organiser and a couple of packets full of all different buttons, and she was not interested in opening any other toys because of these buttons. That's all she wanted. That was all she put on her Christmas list for Santa. She must have been, I don't know. Well, look, why is there a dog? Is he on a lead?
No, that was quite often out there, just wandering around as my head in.
She's probably about 4, I would say, about that age, and she just loved her buttons. And then you've got these two boys opening all these presents, all these toys, and coming up to the camera with them, and they're like, this is going, I don't want it, this can go back, this can go back, this go. And then eventually the mother lost her shit. She was a single mom, and she broke down in the end, and she's like, I've done this all by myself for Christmas. I got the impression that maybe a marriage broke down the year before, and I tried my best to give you a nice Christmas, and you're nothing but too ungrateful. I can't remember the exact words, but she lost it with them, and they're sat like that. But honestly, everything, I don't want this. What's this? This is going back. I don't like this.
That's like that lad who's got the wrong type of iPhone, and his mum's saying, well, your next phone we can get the other one. Well, I'm going to smash it. Don't you dare, don't you dare. And then he goes outside, throws it on the floor, jumps on it and chucks it in the pool.
Well, he'd be getting nothing else. I mean,
he'd be following it into the pool if it were me.
Can you imagine? Look at that.
Oh, she's a fucking cross in there.
She was laughing at the way he was running. Not surprised, it was quite funny. Hello. We're having a go at this. Well, I've used loads of them so far. You don't think it, but I've used tons. How many are in this? I don't know, but there's loads. They've got these little tweezers that you can use, but I've never needed them yet. No, they're harder to pick up with the tweezers. Just doing a catch up because I haven't in a while. It is the 30th of December. I haven't filmed in a couple of days. Sorry, I'm just going to do this while I'm talking. Basically, my fibro has been going crazy. I know most of you that watch this either have a loved one that has it or has it yourselves. So I would imagine, Alan, I know your wife Mel has it. Kelly, I know Kayla has it. So you're probably hearing a lot of, I'm really sore right now, or I'm exhausted, or I can't move, or I'm going to have to spend the day in bed. Well, that's been me this past few days. I went out one day, which was, what day is today? This is Tuesday. I went out on Sunday because I had to go into my dad's. I haven't been out since. I usually go into my dad's again on a Tuesday. I don't know why I'm rubbing my neck with this. I nobody's guess, but who knows. But I says I was switching it to Thursday because I just need a rest. I've got tomorrow with Tammy and with Sophie and Kira to soft play, and then got some really shit news earlier today. A good friend of mine called Ruby, who I have known since I worked in a jeweller's when I was, I want to say 23, 24, and I worked in it with her, and me and her just clicked immediately. She was someone when I moved to England that I desperately tried to find online, but she never had a Facebook. And when I came back, I happened to walk into a shop, a department store, a bit like Debenhams, Cameron's, where that's this stuff, which I don't think's doing a thing to help this. And there she was working. Now, you think I'm socially awkward? I am, very. Tammy is even more socially awkward than I am. I think that's why we bonded. Kelly's similar, but not as bad. Me, Kelly, and Ruby are all very socially awkward people. I think Kelly would be the best of the three of us. She's saying right now, no, I'm not. But Ruby is probably the most socially awkward of the three of us. She's someone, I went to her wedding a few years ago. Unfortunately, she's not, I say a few years ago, 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago. Christ, 13 years ago. Obviously, I've seen her since then. Her and her husband, unfortunately, are no longer together. To be quite honest, she always deserved better, in my opinion. I actually always thought that her and Raymond would have been a perfect match. She really liked Raymond for a period of a lot of years. When I used to come, like, we used to hang out at lunchtime after, you know, when I was working in the jewellers, and she always used to say, oh, he's really nice. And he had nobody interested in him at the time, but he said he couldn't help it. He didn't find her attractive because she was fat. And I said, you like her having a go because women don't find you attractive, and now you're... And he went on to date two people that were both really big and bigger than she was. And he said what it was is her face was fat, and she had that type of fat face. Ruby is extremely intelligent, one of the funniest people I've ever met, and just a really lovely girl. And I think if those two had got together, you know, they would have been still very happy together. But we, you know, we don't see each other often, but we'd be in touch, we'd talk online and stuff. And she's just, you know, one of those people from your past that you might not see very often, but you know, you care a lot about them. Her mum died this morning. She sent me a message a few days ago. I'd sent some sweeties for her and her daughter. Her daughter's just got a master's degree, very intelligent, Tammy. And she'd sent, I wasn't doing presents for anyone outside of family, but she'd sent Isaac some money for Christmas, and she sent the three of us an IMC cinema voucher. It's like, oh God. So I sent a box of chocolates to Tammy for her masters and a big Ferrero Rocher thing for the both of them. And she contacted me. It was a lovely surprise. It's been a really shit week. And she said something about, you know, Christmas is going to be an odd one for you because, you know, you've lost your mum. It's going to be very different, and especially with the fact your mum loved Christmas. And she says, with any miracle, if my mum's still here after Christmas, and I'm thinking, what? She hadn't said anything, and you know, I said to her, I was really sorry to hear mum wasn't well. You know, when you don't want to pry, because if the person is not going to be forthcoming, it's not your business to, you know. I said, look, I'm here if you want to talk. It's not easy, you know, but I've been there very recently, and I just saw the death notes go up this morning. Our wee mum's died, which is awful. So our funeral's on Thursday. I'm meant to be doing a live stream on New Year's Eve night, Wednesday night, but I in no way, shape or form feel like doing a live stream. You know, when, you know, one of your friends' mum's died and you know what she's going through, and they have a little thing the night before the funeral and then the funeral on Thursday, so I think I'll be doing that instead. So that's the plans for this week. See my dad, Ruby's mum's funeral, go to this soft play place tomorrow, and then at the minute, and I won't be making any other plans because I'm struggling, really struggling at the minute health-wise to get through each day. I'm struggling to get out of bed. The pain is just chronic. Well, that's what fibro is, isn't it? Chronic pain. I just wish they'd do more research. It's shit to be told, right, yep, we've got a label for you, this is what it is, but we can't do anything about it, and even painkillers aren't going to help you. If you take ridiculously strong painkillers that do help a little bit, within a few months they'll stop working and then you'll be addicted to painkillers. It's fucking shit, it really is. Anyway, moan, Lisa. Mona, Lisa. So at the minute I've been trying to watch as much TV, American TV series, specific ones, and movies for this Rubber Duckies video call I've got on Sunday for my nominations, because I'm struggling with 5 vocal performances. The vocal performance has to be like voiceovers, like animation, not like singing, like what I thought it was. And I'm thinking, I'm not fucking watching Wicked, it's not happening. But I've watched, I think, 3 films today. It's ridiculous. I watched a TV show. If you like medical TV shows like Grey's Anatomy, there's a new American one called The Pitt, P-I-T-T. It's in Pittsburgh. It's got Noah Wiley that used to be in ER, and that's like getting highly praised. I watched it and it's in my top 10 list of TV shows. I've got Dexter in it this year, you know, last year's shows. Dexter, Stranger Things season 5, which I'm really enjoying, and every other bugger seems to think it's crap. I don't get it. Something wrong with me. There really must be something wrong with my taste. The slower a thing is, the more I seem to enjoy it. I don't know why. What else? I just watched one today called 4 Seasons with Steve Carell that's on Netflix, which I started watching before I didn't finish. I finished it today. It was a sweet little show. But I have to find 10 TV shows. Severance season 2 is in it. That's really good. Adolescence is in it as my #1 TV show of the year, but it's British, so I don't think it's applicable. But I've put it on the list, so I have to find 11 just in case I can't have Adolescence. It's hard for me because I'm the only non-US person that's there. So all of these shows are very much front and centre over there for them, but shows that we have aren't applicable for what we're doing. So yeah, I'm watching as much as I can before Sunday. I'm thinking of potentially, Isaac's back to school next Tuesday. I would imagine most kids will be back on Monday, but he's back on Tuesday because they've got like a teacher inset day or something. So our favourite Chinese in Belfast, or the buffet place, has now reopened after a refurbishment, and they've increased their prices. When you hear this, you'll probably think this is really cheap. So Monday to Thursday, lunch, afternoon, is $15.99 each, which is fine. That's the one we would go to. But if you want to go on an evening, or you want to go on a Friday night, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it goes up to $23.99. That's without a drink. So, and given that drinks in those places are mostly nearly a fiver, and I don't mean like alcoholic beverages, I mean drinks, you're looking at paying 30 quid per person, £90 for 3 people to go and have a Chinese buffet. They can write off. It's too much money. We used to go up quite regular because we would pay, like, for the 3 of us to eat as much as we wanted, desserts, loads of food, we would pay sometimes late, like 30 odd quid, and sometimes early 40s when Isaac had to pay full price. They do this thing where if you're under a certain height, you're half price. Meaning kids, if you're a short adult, you don't get in half price, but not Isaac's really tall, so that is the age to pay for an adult now anyway. So if there's anything worth watching in the cinema in Belfast next Monday, we might go up and avail of the buffet once, because it's like the cheaper period, because we won't be able to go up on a weekend or an evening when Isaac's at school. It's too expensive. No, I'm not even going to start. I really want to do another escape room, but I can't justify paying the money. For us to do one of the escape rooms with the money off voucher that they've sent me would be like 60 odd quid. Would it be about 60 quid? Somewhere around the 60 quid mark, which for an hour is ridiculous. That was my treat for my birthday. And then the second one we went on, I paid for with money I got for my birthday from my dad. So I can't really justify it, but I'd love to do another one. But I don't know, my dad's birthday is on the 14th of January, so he's not interested. Like with Christmas, I'll get him something, but he's not interested. Darren's birthday is the 30th of January, so he's having to think about what he wants. He'll probably say nothing. And then Isaac's birthday is February, so my parents' anniversary would have been February. This would have been their 51st. They made it to their 50th wedding anniversary. My mum made it to 70, so 2 big ticks there. You know, she had a long life for what she had and how long she had it, but you know, you always think about stuff, and I can't help but think if she had been in residential care, she wouldn't have died as fast as she did. But she didn't want that. She didn't want to be in anywhere, but you know, it still kills you to think that, what if I'd done this? What if I'd done that? But the one thing I will never, ever, ever get over is the fact that none of us were there when she passed. I will never get over that. The thought of your loved one and my mum not being able to speak up and stuff. You know, did she need help? That I really, really, really struggle with that in a massive way. I try and put it out of my head because thinking about it's not going to change what happened, but it fucking haunts me thinking about it. But it's not, I would say to anyone else, you're not doing your mum any justice thinking about it. You know, remember the good stuff, which is what I, for the most part, try to do. I honestly don't think it's properly hit me yet, because I haven't had that massive breakdown that I would expect to have. I cried in the car on the way. You were with me at the time, so, and I cried twice. I cried when we went into the hospital and she was there in the bed. I cried then. And I cried when the priest asked me to think about some happy memories with my mum so that he could have something to say. You know, your mum's just died. Think about happy memories. No. So, apart from like little bits of tearing up, now, you know, not crying, like tearing up, I haven't had that moment yet. I don't really want to have it, to be honest with you. I just want to quash, which is supposedly not the right thing to do, but how do you even begin to start grieving something like that? You know, what's it benefiting? Bawling your eyes out, you know what I mean? I'm a weird, complicated motherfucker. So yeah, I'm gonna go to bed, watch some really shit YouTube, and get up early tomorrow because the afternoon sessions were all booked out. So last night I was still awake at 6 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't sleep. I think I got to sleep around about 7 a.m. and I wasn't out of my bed until 1:30 p.m. Darren kept coming into the room for one thing and another in the morning and waking me up, and it's really frustrating. It's like, oh, still let me sleep, but I have to be up early tomorrow, which I'm not good with. Once I'm up and I've had about an hour, I come round a bit, but that initial hour trying to move and walk and get dressed, that sort of stuff, it's really painful in the morning. So, you know, like people, I know Kelly will understand and I know Alan will understand because Alan's wife has fibro and Kelly's partner's sister has fibro. And, you know, it's difficult because people don't really see you when you're well. Not when you're well. It's that thing, people like to think you're faking being sick, but it's the opposite. You're faking being well, because it's like I'm bored of listening to myself. It's like when someone says, how are you? Oh, I'm not dead on. Or when Darren says, how are you feeling? The answer's the same every fucking day at the minute. I feel shit. I've got a headache. I hurt from head to foot. I'm exhausted. I'm drained. But you get sick of saying that every single day, you know what I mean? So you just plaster a smile on your face and get on with it, don't you? And you have the odd moan to yourself or to you. But it's hard. It's hard sometimes, you know. Different period. I always find the mornings difficult, but when it gets to this point of the year, just day to day is difficult. And there's me trying to get a job, and Darren saying you're not able to work because you could be laid up for 2 or 3 days, and then you'll be alright for a couple of days, then you'll be bad again, and if you push yourself too much, you're going to make yourself worse. And it's frustrating because you keep thinking that people are thinking, why are you not out working, you lazy cow? Because I don't look sick, and because they see me out doing something. It's like, well, why aren't you doing this? And it's like, it's so hard to explain to people, so difficult, that the simplest little thing, like going into my dad's last week, I was just cream crackered just by getting in the car, driving the car, going into my dad's, sitting there for a few hours, going home. I was just knackered, I can't even tell you. And I keep cancelling stuff that I'm meant to be doing because I just can't face it, because I'm not depressed. Before people think you're depressed, like, no, I'm just shattered. I am drained, I'm exhausted. I feel like a wet chamois, if you know what a chamois is. If you don't know what a chamois is like a piece of leather that older generations used to use to clean their cars with, to buff them. Chamois. I feel like a wet chamois. So there you go. And with that in mind, I'm going to go to my bed. So here at Darren getting ready to come up. But yeah, thank you for listening, as always. I know I moan sometimes, but it's just so I'm not always moaning to him. I've got you to moan to sometimes too. Oh God, Kelly, when I next see you, I'll try not to moan all the fucking time. Yeah, I shall speak to you later. Alright, is ours coming now? There we go. The perils of trying to get your child on camera. Whee!
Literally straight across?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or should I do it curved?
No, straight across.
Don't do it like straight across, because then it's literally going to be like a rectangle on the back of my head.
It won't, because when your hair's dry and it falls, it'll just find its own shape by the...
I hope so.
Right. Well, I'm going to do it in a bit at a time. There, ready?
See these tiny little bits, Isaac, every time you're not even really going to notice much difference because
I won't
it's...
notice, no.
Huh?
Won't notice anything with this.
Basically, we're trying to get Isaac's hair, the little bits underneath that are just starting to grow out, to the same as the bits that are on top.
If Susie's watching, maybe she could pick up a few hints and tricks from the master.
She'll be cringing looking at this.
Shall I just check in for corn?
Stop that. You're never going to let that go, are you?
Nope.
Right. Put your hair up, or put your head up, Isaac. Look out the door and that's it.
I'm looking at it.
Now we're trying to get this and this to match up eventually. So he can actually then just grow his hair long. He had an undercut.
Shall I take the ends off them or leave them?
No, leave them alone. The sooner that can be put back, the better. Oh. I think I may have recorded this week, I can't remember. It's in that in-between period where you don't know what's going on between Christmas and New Year. It is, no it's not, it's New Year's Day today. You see what I mean? I don't know what day it is.
Is it?
Yeah. I forgot last night was New Year's Eve. I remembered and I forgot, It's one of those things that I never, I don't know, I was talking to Kira about this yesterday. I don't know why people hold such significance. It's like, I don't know. I don't like the whole going out to a place that's absolutely jam-packed with people, that they've increased the prices by at least 2 times because it's New Year's Eve, and everybody stands around wishing people they don't like have a New Year. It just, it's just big hype for absolutely no reason. I'm a big fan of like the lead up to Christmas, apart from the shopping part of it. I like the whole like little kids getting excited about Santa and all that stuff. But New Year, never really rated it. The last time, I was trying to think of the last time we were out for New Year to tell Kira, and you know when I think it was? Rock City. Do you remember the night Louisa was out with us? Roy was there. Helen was there. That's the last time we were out for New Year's Eve. So it's almost 20 years since we were out. Yeah. We haven't been out in New Year's Eve since. I prefer a nice quiet, you know. It's like it's no different today than it was yesterday, you know.
You just got to remember what different did you when you're out.
Yeah, well, which no one ever does for quite a while. We watched the end of Stranger Things last night. Don't worry, we're not going to talk spoilers. Isaac really enjoyed it. Me and Darren thought it was a disappointing last episode. I've enjoyed this season, although most people have said it's been awful. There's even a petition been signed by hundreds of thousands of people saying, you've obviously cut so much from this season. We need to see what you've cut. Personally, up until the last episode, I was happy. I was enjoying it. But there were certain things in the last episode that it's like, what, and I would have liked a little bit more of certain things. There's instances or people I thought we may have seen and we didn't, and that was disappointing.
I think my ending was better than theirs.
I think that, I don't know, how do you end a series that so many people absolutely love, that the show is overhyped to hell, you know what I mean? You're gonna disappoint some people, but I think unfortunately this season has disappointed a lot of people. The last episode, yeah, aspects of it I really liked, but it was left a little bit too open at the end for my liking. But it was nowhere near as bad for me as the ending of Game of Thrones, or the ending initially of the first ending of Dexter, which was just shocking.
Oh, the latest Game of Thrones season started.
What, a spin-off?
The Night of the Seven Kingdoms, is it called?
They've been so disappointing.
It's like a prequel thing.
Oh, I don't know. It's difficult for me to get into stuff because we watched House of the Dragon, and initially we really enjoyed that, but then it started getting like really dull and we just stopped watching it.
I used to be on Doctor Who, I got my cock out. Great, what's going on? There's a dragon. Great.
Matt Smith was the best thing about that series, and the young girl that played the young
one,
yeah, she was really good. And then obviously she grew up and they changed the actress.
What are you talking about?
The House of the Dragon, the spin-off of Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is not meh, Isaac.
I've seen a couple episodes.
Well, you know, like I keep saying, and most people don't admit stuff like this, I didn't like Game of Thrones for the first few episodes. But so many people said, no, you really have to give it time, and I did, and I ended up loving it. But watching a few episodes here and there is not going to give you any idea of what's going on, Isaac. You have to sit down and give it 4 or 5 episodes and then decide. Some people would say you have to give it the whole first season, but it took about, I would say, 4 episodes for me.
Well, they removed the Big Bang from Netflix.
Have they? Oh, praise God, maybe they'll take Rick and Morty off now. There's certain things that you just, you know, that you maybe started off really, really liking, and then you just see it that much, you're sick of the sight of it. For me, it was Family Guy, American Dad, and Big Bang, because these two played the both of them to death. I've never even watched Rick and Morty for the simple reason that I got put off Family Guy so much by constantly seeing it that I just didn't even start watching.
I'm still seeing new gags on Rick and Morty that I missed.
I can't think of anything of any interest to tell you. Is he turning? Someone in front of him? Porsche. We're behind a Porsche. Is it a Porsche or a Porsche?
Depends where you come from.
They keep changing how you say things. It's like a Hyundai Hyundai. What is it? Hyundai.
Hyundai.
It's like you have to pronounce a thing like they do in the country that
Skoda.
makes it. Skoda. I quite like that one. Skoda.
Fiat.
It's a fucking Fiat. Fiat.
Nyson.
Is it Nyson?
Nyson.
Have you made that up? How are you supposed to know? Like, another thing is, I say Adidas. Apparently it's Adidas. Adidas.
You say Adidas.
Adidas, yeah.
Adidas.
We've all, like,
It's always been Adidas.
it's always been Adidas.
Adidas.
No, well, Adidas has only come about in the last, what, 10 years?
Like when we suddenly had to start being American about Nike. Fucking Nike. I'm just going for a ride on my bikey.
So yeah, I can't keep up with pronunciation. At the moment, I'm enjoying watching videos. If I start watching TikTok, I'll just lose myself, so I'm not. But they put the TikToks on YouTube in compilations, and it's like people both getting like kids getting amazing presents, what they wanted. Funny enough, it was always PS5s for the boys, like little, like, well, not little lads, but you know, that sort of 10 to 12 bracket. And they were getting PS5s and they were losing their shit over these PS5s. One of the wee lads ran out of the house. He obviously was from a religious household, and he ran out of the house into a field next door to thank God for the PS5. And then on the flip side of that, people getting really crap presents. I don't know, if I start, there's just too many. You know, that's just a woman that said, coming up to Christmas, you know, we really need a garbage disposal, and that's what you got for Christmas, that sort of thing. But yeah, that's what I've been just filling my time with, watching crap.
My haul is raccoons and angry chihuahuas.
Yeah, Darren likes to watch raccoons. Mancha is it the angry chihuahua?
Oh, he's angry all the time. Phoebe.
Just trying to get so many of these TV shows. After Sunday, this is Thursday, after Sunday the pressure disappears, because then I'll have done these nomination things, and then I have to think of some form of video, because they always ask me to do, you know, announce some of the nominations. Basically what happens is they have a big night where all different YouTubers that they choose get a category, and they usually say, which one do you want? Now, generally I want horror, but I know that DeRay, Rainbow Fright, always wants horror, and I like loads of different, so I'm not really fussed, to be honest. Last year I took the worst, actually no, I didn't do it last year, I just couldn't be arsed. I took the worst movie of the year as mine, and you have to think of some sort of way to do the video that when they play it on the night is going to be like entertaining. Some people will just read it out and it's so boring. Like one year one of the guys dressed...
I've got a message.
Huh?
Remember to message.
Yeah. One of the guys dressed up as the Riddler from... The Batman had just been out very recently, and he done the whole thing in character as the Riddler, and it was really well done. The lad's autistic, so it was like massive attention to detail about everything, really over the top, but he put so much effort in. So you always have to try and, well, what am I going to do to read out these nominations? So then I'll have to think about that. I've got most of the movies watched I needed to get watched, but not all, because there's loads that aren't out yet over here. I'm trying to watch a couple of series. I've started one called The Studio, which has got Seth Rogen and a load of like famous people playing themselves, and it's about a movie studio. He's an executive, and it's about behind the scenes of making movies. It's alright, I'm liking it okay at the minute. So I've started watching that. I started watching a thing called Common Side Effects, which is an animation, I think, by the people that did Beavis and Butthead, Mike Judge. It's not really hitting with me, but I was distracted. I was talking about something, so I have to go back. I need to finish season 2 of Severance, but I don't think that's possible before Sunday. It just isn't, unless I sit in my arse for 2 days and do nothing but watch the TV, which, you know what I mean, there's things to do. We're on my way to my dad's at the minute. Darren's dad's in hospital. He's had issues over the years with his heart. He's had multiple operations, open heart surgery, stents, and he's in hospital again, and his wife is gatekeeping information. It's like trying to get a full... All she'll do is send Darren a Facebook message, not even a text. You know what, I bet she's changed her phone number and she doesn't want people having it. No phone call, no text, a Facebook message. When he found out his dad was initially in the hospital, that's where it came from. Now, if you're sending me a Facebook message, I'm maybe not looking at it for 3 months. I get so many messages from people, and I'm not saying, oh, I'm so popular. No, it's crap about movies. It's mostly people from the film community on YouTube talking about a film that's out, and there might be stuff in the midst of that that's more important. But the minute you go in and reply to an email, within the same, like an hour, 2 hours later, they've replied back again, and then you go back to having, you know, anything between 30 and 50 emails. And I'm sorry, but I do not have time to be sitting emailing people all day and commenting on videos and replying to my comments or people commenting. It's just, there's not enough hours in the day. Do these? But yeah, Facebook message to tell him that his dad was in A&E with his heart. So
last time it was nearly 2 days after he was admitted that she finally got contact.
Yeah, so you know, like certain people in life like to, I know something someone else doesn't fucking know, and I'm not telling you. It's that sort of thing. So yeah, it's getting periodic, like little bits of information here and there. So he's had a CT scan, which was all clear, which is good. So that means that the major concern, which would have been obviously a blockage or something wrong with one of the big vessels, they're all okay. He's had blood tests, which at the moment are all okay, and he's having more tests. So
the last time it was in, where they thought he had a blood clot, and so they had to keep him still. I found out 2 days after he'd been admitted, he still hadn't had the scan. So I rang them up from Tesco car park, the hospital, and very politely tore him a new one, saying, what the hell are you playing at? If he's got a clot and he does have one and it moves, he's dead. Why has he not had the scan? Put the pressure on, got the scan. It turned out she hadn't put the pressure on, saying, why is my husband not had his scan? Because she knew the head nurse and she's a really good friend and she's really looking after him. It's like, what? No, she's not.
The most important thing to that woman is appearance and other people. Like, when I say appearance, I mean how she appears to other people. That's
Keep up with the Joneses.
A1.
Yeah.
I mean, when we go to a restaurant, when we've been to a restaurant with them, the slightest thing that's wrong, she is desperate to just tear people a new. And I mean, on my behalf, she was about to start once, and I'm like, it's fine. And then, because a thing on a menu said a medley of vegetables and there was just peas and carrots and not enough, she made Darren's dad go to the bar to complain about it, which he obviously didn't do the way she wanted him to, because she was turned around in her seat getting really cross. Why is he laughing? What's funny? Why is he not complaining?
And then the passive aggressive with waiting like him back.
Yeah.
Hardly call it a medley.
Yeah, she's not a very nice woman, let's put it that way. You know, for someone to come into a family and completely change the entire dynamic of the entire family, which is what's happened, and now nobody's close to anyone anymore because nobody can stand the sight of that woman.
Is he in the middle?
Yeah, I think he is in the middle. There's a space somewhere where I can go there anyway.
He is in the fucking middle.
No, I don't think he is. I could still...
No, he's right over you. Be touching the door. I'd just go straight forward.
Right, I'm gonna reverse in there just in case more. So yeah, at the minute he's just getting periodic information as and when.
And the usual response when I try giving a really polite, nice advice on getting things moving, not to take no for an answer, make sure you get timescales and all this. She doesn't need to, because her good friend is head nurse and she's looking after him again. Felt like saying what like she did last time. Oh.
So we think, you know, he's out of the woods, so to speak, but it's just trying to get information is not easy. Right, we're at my dad's now, who I think is still on his bed because the curtains are shut.
Oh, this is my migraine hat, by the way. And
You
it
got a
feels lovely.
migraine today?
Thank God since yesterday. It's not a migraine, it's just the after effects.
Well, you should have stood in the house then.
That's fine. Heart feels nice. It's nice and tight with my big head.
My dad's probably exactly the same as me at the
I can
minute,
fasten
really
it like
struggling
this
to get out of bed.
and pretend I'm not right if I go out, and I can get away with things then. I might get on set of Tourette's. Look you! Look you! That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
DUP! DUP! You love them!
Right, I shall catch up with you later at night.
As crazy as it seems, maybe that's what happens when a tornado hits a volcano. All I know is I love you too much to walk away. No, come inside, pick up your.
Right, I'm pausing a bit of a cover of an Eminem Rihanna track. This person reversing. This girl has no idea how to drive. The first thing she did was block off the entrance to the car park. Like where that guy's sitting now that's reversing. She parked there. Then she tried, after 4 or 5 cars moved, to drive forwards from blocking the entrance to reverse to park there. She was actually trying to park beside the car she's beside. Look at the gap. Look at the angle. I've never... Oh, she's getting out. She's getting out, leaving it like that. Honest to God. I've never...
Way a bit inconspicuous.
Well, I'm sorry, Isaac, but that driving... She must work in the Chinese or be... I'm being racist. She's Chinese, but she's going into the pizza place beside the Chinese. I've never seen... And not only that, she's left her lights on. There's nobody in the car. Who the hell gives these people a driving licence? I really wish I had have been able to get the manoeuvring for you, but I've never seen... I wish Darren had been here. He's coming with Chinese now. Look, there he is. With the holy grail that is Chinese. Here he comes. There we go.
His Nick, his hat,
With his hat, yes, Isaac. His hat.
his nice hat.
Yeah. And we'll film his hat for you. I think you would have seen it on the way in anyways.
Couldn't remember what car was.
You missed. See that girl getting in that car there? There you go. Right in front of us.
Yeah.
Hello. It is Saturday. Oh, them recycle bins are still out there. I'll have to get Darren to bring them in. I'm just filming out the window because we've had snow. It is the 3rd of January. Wee bit of snow. Not loads, but something. I'm going to go switch the heating off now. I've been doing video editing. I don't know why I'm bringing you with me, to be honest with you. You don't need to sit. Look, it's getting a bit dark. Off. This is what I'm doing. It's very dark in here. There's the doggies on their sofa with that horrible fucking snuggie. It is, what time is it? It's at 4:20. I am trying to edit video. I currently have 2. This is an app called Shortcut. Oh, that's the one I need to start. So I'm not looking. 83% buffered. This is my what I watched in December. That's going for my main channel. I've got the second part of the vlog that I did. Why is it not popping up? I have no idea there. Second part of the vlog that I did for the week up to the 21st. And then I have... honest to God. That's downloads. I don't want that. I have to print out that rubber duckies thing as well for tomorrow night. Yeah, then I have, I don't know if this will go all weird. I've just finished this one. I have to edit this one, and this one obviously doesn't finish until the 4th. We're on the 3rd today. So I need to also print out this. I don't know if this, how this will, you know, sometimes when you film your screen, you get a massive big, like this ripply thing. So this is all the categories: biggest surprise, hidden gem, popcorn flick, worst film, horror, animated, vocal performance, supporting TV performance, TV series, supporting actor, supporting actress. The ones in red, I don't know if I'm allowed because, example, I swear. That one there, Maxine Peak, it hasn't been released in the US yet. So I don't know if they'll allow me it. So you can see how many categories I've put I Swear in, because it was my favourite film of the year. So there's my favourite 10 films of the year. So I need to get that printed out before tomorrow night, after I finish doing my, after I finish, look, it's not, look, you're falling on my bloody computer. She's trying to throw herself at me because she wants something to eat. And it's not time yet because she has to have her medication so it can work. Yes, I did say that word, but we're not having it right now. Don't look at me like that. So Isaac is taking Darren and Stephen in to drop them at the cinema to see the SpongeBob movie, and then Stephen's going home. He was here for a sleepover last night, and them two were up half the bloody... She's trying to throw herself on my computer, look. Right, I'm going to go back and edit this stuff, and I'll probably check in with you tomorrow to close off the vlog for the week. Look at that. Let me see if I can fill him out the door. It's proper snowing. Are you picking up that snow? I don't know. Proper snowing, guys. Ooh, getting snowy, and go back in. Oh, my tree's falling down. Darren won't even pick that up and I can't because I've got my slippers on. Get back in there. I see you peeking. Come on. Do you need a wee wee? Right, well, I don't think you're going to want a wee wee because it's snowing, which you see what they do with it. Right, come on then, since you're so desperate. There you go. Come on. You don't want to go out? Oh yeah, we're not desperate to go out now that they can see that it's snowing. Oh, the little birdies, bless them. Oh, gonna have to find something flat to put some stuff on for them to eat. Oh, okay, it's a little thing of seed. I showed you how sort of deep it is. Some fat balls on there. I've put an old drawer of that I'm throwing out there for them to sit on top of and have that. And there's some, these are worms, mealworms, and that's more fat balls. So yeah, it's just something for the little birds because it's, they have to keep their fat up, don't they, in winter.
No commentary on this. Molly. Hey, get your ass up there. Go on home. You're going to get some dinners. Is it dinner time? Go see Mama. Look at them skinny jimmers. Good Lord. Oh, nearly fell on my ass then. Yeah, that's a view for you.
Look at this, folks. Sunday morning, I've just got up. Dear me. There's a wee birdie down there on my... Has he gone away? There was a wee birdie down there. That's a vista to wake up to, isn't it? Oh, there's the central heating on so you can see the smoke. Almost caught a wee birdie. There's one. Oop. There's a slightly bigger birdie. He's not quite as scared as the others. That's a male blackbird. You can see up here some of the birdies sitting in the trees, waiting, flying about the place. Lots of them. He's still there. He's not in the slightest bit bothered. Bless him. That's seed, by the way, what you're looking at. There's a little one trying to be brave, look. Bless them. There's a little one over there as well. Hang on. Can't see. On that feeder. Can you see him? Oh, he's away. He's still there. Greedy hog. Oh, some of the other birdies have some. Honestly. Hello, it is Sunday, just gone into my dad's. It is freezing. Right, he's got the temperature on my side at 16 degrees for some reason, which is just ridiculous. We're cocooned in the car, snow is on every window. Darren's just going to leave it. I don't think he realises that it's actually illegal to drive on the roads with your car covered in, because if it falls off it could cause an accident. I don't know where he's gone, but he's gone inside to get the kitchen brush rather than just use something out of the boot. Yep, that's exactly what he's done. Can read him like a book. Right, as you can see, it is snowing, it is freezing, it is 0 degrees. It snowed quite a bit overnight. I'd rather just be staying in the house today, to be quite honest with you. But I can't really not go in and see what my dad's doing. Tonight I've got a video call with the guys from Cinema Squad and another 3 American film YouTubers to do the nominations thing for the Rubber Duckies, like the YouTube Oscars kind of thing. So I've got that at 10 o'clock tonight. That's going to go on for at least a couple of hours. It's not like going out on YouTube or anything, it's just us chatting, all giving our nominations. So, right, I'm going to go. Right, I shall, actually I won't, I'll leave you here. I'll put at the end a little clip that I want to get on the way in of the trees. I want to film the trees on the way in, in the 4 seasons. So on the way in I'll get winter so that you can see what I want filmed. Right, I shall speak to you later.